Welcome students to Naveen Sir Physics classes. So today we are going to discuss about heating effects of current, lecture 2. So in lecture 1 we discussed Joule's law of heating and what is the formula for power consumed by a device in a circuit. So according to Joule's law of heating, when current passes through a conductor, what will happen? The device will get heated after some time due to passage of the current. So that phenomenon is known to be heating effect of the current. So heat developed across a device or heat developed in a circuit is directly proportional to square of strength of the current, directly proportional to time for the passage of current, and directly proportional to resistance of the device. So we can write Q directly proportional to I square RT. So we are going to get Q is equals to I square RT. So this is the expression for Joule's law of heating. In some textbook they are representing this capital Q with H also. No problem. Okay na? In the same way we also discussed what is power. So electric power. So rate of consuming the electric energy is known to be electric power. So W by T. So here W is nothing but what heat developed across this. So we can write Q by T. Q we can write I square RT by T we can write. So T get cancelled. I square R. We can also write this W as VQ by T. So we are going to get VI. And one more expression we are also going to get P is equals to V square by R. So these are the different formulas related to the power. We also discussed about the unit of the energy. So what is unit of energy? Unit of energy is joule and unit of power is watt, or it is also known to be joule per second. So in today's session we are going to discuss about the what is the reason behind the heat developed across the device. So what makes the device to get heat? So that concept we are going to discuss. Right. Let us take a resistor. So we know that the conductor which has the property of resistance is known to be resistor. Okay. So now let us connect this resistor in a circuit to a battery. So when we close the key, when key is closed, current flows in the circuit. So current, this is the direction of the flow of current in the circuit from positive terminal to negative terminal. We know that the direction of electrons is from negative terminal to positive terminal. Okay. When we are discussing the concept of resistance, as the electrons are moving from negative terminal to positive terminal, or one end to another end of a conductor, it has to encounter number of collisions with the ions or atoms of the conductor. In this process, when it is participating in collision, so it is moving with a particular speed. Okay, because of repulsion force, the electron is moving with a certain speed. So when the electron is moving with a particular speed, it has what kind of energy? It has kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy formula we know that already. Kinetic energy is equal to half m v square. This is a energy acquired by the electron due to application of the potential difference between the ends of a conductor. So when it participates in collision with these ions of the conductor, it momentarily it comes into rest. So when it is comes into rest, the speed of this electron drops to 0. Initial velocity is v and final velocity becomes 0. So when the velocity drops to zero, so what happens to this energy? According to law of conservation of energy, energy neither be created nor destroyed. So as it is participating in collision, during the process of the collision, the kinetic energy of the electron is appears in the form of heat energy. So this is the reason why the conductor get heated due to passage of the current. Once again I am repeating, as the electrons are moving from one end to another end of the conductor, it participate in collision. So before going to participate in collision, it has kinetic energy. So once it participate in collision with the ions of the atom, its speed becomes zero, so the kinetic energy disappears in the form of or appears in the form of heat energy. So this is the reason why a conductor will become heated due to passage of the current. So with this simple analyzation, we can know that as the number of collisions increases, number of collisions increases, resistance what happens? Exactly. So resistance also increases. So we know that formula, heat developed across the resistor is directly proportional to resistance. That means as the number of collisions increases, resistance increases. As resistance increases, the heat energy across the device will also increases. So this is the reason behind the heat developed across the resistor. So you can write reason. Okay now. Right. Now let us take one example here, Amma. A circuit is contains two resistors. One is of 4 ohm, another one is of 6 ohm. So battery potential is 2 volt. So take it as example. They are asking the question, find the ratio of heat developed across the resistor 4 ohm and 6 ohm due to passage of current for 2 minutes. So this is the question. Okay, let us solve this. So first we should identify how many resistors are there in the circuit. So two resistors are there in the circuit. Let us give the name for these two resistors, R1 and R2. Now we should analyze which combination they are connected, whether they connected in series combination or parallel combination. So obviously we can say that they are connected in series combination. So when they connected in series combination, which will be same? The current passing through 4 ohm, the current passing through 6 ohm will be same. So I is same. In the same way, how long the current passes through the resistor 1, till that time there is a flow of electrons to the resistor 2 also. Therefore time for the passage of the current in both resistors is also same. Okay, right. What is different here? R1 is equals to 4 ohm, R2 is equals to 6 ohm. So what is the formula for heat developed across the resistor? Q equals to I square RT. So I is constant, T constant, therefore we can write Q directly proportional to R. Therefore ratio across the resistors is equals to R1 by R2, 4 by 6. That is 2 is to 3 is the ratio of heat developed across the resistors. I think so you understood this problem. So first we should identify which combination of the resistor it is. So series combination or parallel combination. So series combination. So series combination means current is same and time for the passage of current is also same. Therefore Q is equals to I square RT. Okay, so I constant, T constant, therefore Q directly proportional to R. Q1 by Q2 is equals to R1 by R2. Right. So next one. So the same resistors, 4 ohm and 6 ohm resistors, now they are connected in parallel combination. Same question you can write, and time for the passage of current is also same. Write the question. Find the ratio of heat developed across the resistors when current passes for 2 minutes. So now here comes the problem. So for suppose this is 2 volts. So now in this case, what happened? The resistance is 4 ohm and 6 ohm. Okay, now R1 is equals to 4 ohm and R2 is equals to 6 ohm. So Q we can write I square RT. So time is same but not the resistance and current. So in these cases we should find out the what is the current passing through the 4 ohm, what is the current passing through the 6 ohm. So before going to find out, we should know the what is the net current in the circuit. To find the net current in the circuit, we can write I is equals to net EMF by net resistance. So which combination they are? Net resistance in parallel. In parallel we can write R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So R1 R2 4 into 6 by 4 plus 6, 24 by 10. So 2.4 ohm is the net resistance. Now we should find current. So current in the circuit I is equals to 2 by 2.4, 20 by 24. Okay, 4 5 is a 4, 6 we can write 5 by 6. So this is the net current. So after finding the net current, we can use the formulas to find out that. That means the net current will be 5 by 6. So now we can get the value of I1. So I1 is equals to what we are going to get. So 5 by 6. So instead of doing this lengthy model, we can approach this in another way also. So potential difference across the each resistor will be same. Therefore I1 is equals to, we can write V by R1. V equals to 2 by 4, 1 by 2, and here I2 is equals to V by R2. So 2 by 6, 1 by 5. Let us add this. You are going to get this answer now. Let us check it. I is equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5, 5 plus 2 by 10, 7 by 10. You are getting the answer in this case. Okay, so R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, so 24 by 10, 2.4. I is equals to V by R1. V by R1 is 1 by 2. I2 is equals to V by R2. Sorry, 1 by 3 this is. So we can get, so 6 by 5, correct. So now we can get the answer. I1 as 1 by 2, I2 as 1 by 5. So this alone same. So Q1 by Q2 is equals to I1 by I2 whole square into R1 by R2. Substitute the values. I1 value 1 by 2 by 1 by 5 whole square, R1 by R2 4 by 6. Therefore 5 by 2 whole square into 4 by 6. So 5 by 2 nothing but 25 by 4 into 4 by 6. So ratio is 25:6 is the ratio of heat developed across the resistors. Okay na? So this is a lengthy model, so you can avoid this lengthy model. Okay na? So but you can find what is the net current you can find, and if you are going with I1 I2 it will be lengthy model. So directly you can take I1 is equals to V by R1, I2 is equals to V by R2. You will get the answer as, so Q1 by Q2 25:6 is your answer. Okay, right. So these are the some models. Next, let us discuss about the electric power. So we discussed already the base formulas for this electric power. Electric power is equals to work done by time. So unit is joule by second, or it is watt. So sometimes we are also measuring in kilowatt also. Kilowatt we can represent kW. Okay. So in our house we are paying the electricity bill after using some period of time, Amma. That means after 2 months or after 30 days we are paying the electricity bill, on the basis of which we are going to pay the electric bill, based on the electric power or based on the electrical energy consumed in the house. So based on which we are going to pay the bill. So based on electric energy, so how much energy, what kind of energy, electrical energy consumed by devices in a house, we are paying the electricity bill. Okay na? So generally they are measuring this when they are going to calculate the bill, they will measure in unit sum. So 40 units or 20 units or different slabs will be there. As the slab unit will be different, then the cost of the electricity bill is also different. Sir, what is mean by this 1 unit? So 1 unit is equals to 1 kilowatt hour. Okay na? So electricity bill we are measuring in terms of unit. What is the meaning of this 1 unit? 1 unit is equals to 1 kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt nothing but kilo we can write 1000 watt hours. That means when you are using 1000 watts in 1 hour, then your reading will be 1 unit. For suppose if they want to measure in terms of second, so hours we are converting into 3600 second, therefore watt second. So now we can write 36 into 10 power of 5 watt second we can write, that is equals to 1 unit. So this 1 unit or kilowatt hour is a unit of, very important, most of the children are going to keep the wrong option in objective for this. 1 kilowatt hour is the unit of electric energy but not the power. Okay na? So very important point, keep a star and write in the notes. So unit of electric energy 1 kilowatt hour. Sir, why it is unit of electric energy? Because we know that power is equal to what? Work done by time. Okay, so work done is equal to what? Power into time. So unit of power is what? Watt and second. Then it is equals to what? Unit of electric energy only. So 1 unit equals to 36 into 10 to the power of 5 watt second, or it is equals to, very important objective bit, 1 kilowatt hour is nothing but 1 unit, and this 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 36 into 10 to the power of 5 joules we can write, or 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules we can write, or 3.6 megajoules also we can write. So any one of the option is correct in these. Okay, now sometimes they are representing this joule in watt second, or directly they will write in terms of joule. Joule and watt second both are same. These are the units of electric energy. Okay na? So these two are very important points here. Unit of electric energy, 1 kilowatt hour is the unit of electric energy, but watt hour is also the unit of energy only, but only watt. If it is watt, then only it is a unit of power. If it is kilowatt also, it is unit of power only. Okay na? So now let us take one example, how to calculate electric bill in a house. Okay na? So we will discuss, so how to calculate the electric bill in a house. Let us take, in a house they will give the data like this. In a house there are 4 tube lights, each of wattage. Wattage means it's power amma. So each of wattage 40 watts. 2 fans of wattage 60 watt, and a heater of wattage 1500 watt, and a TV of wattage 50 watt. Okay na? So here they mention tube lights are used for 4 hours per day. You add this sentence, used for 4 hours per day. So fans used for 6 hours per day, and heater is used for 1 hour per day, and TV is used for 8 hours per day. Then find or calculate electricity bill in that house per the house for 30 days. So cost of each unit rupees 3. So this is the information they are going to give in the question number. So how many tubelets are there? 4 tubelets are there. How many hours they used? 4 hours they used. And what is the wattage of each bulb? 40 watt. How many fans are there? 2 fans are there. What is the wattage? 60 wattage. And how many hours it is used? 6 hours. Heater of 1500 and 1 hour it is used. And a TV 50 watt, 8 hours it is used. And electricity bill we should find out for 30 days. Cost of each unit is 3 days. So I will give formula for this. So formula to do this electricity bill model, NPHD. So it is power consumed by each device. Okay, individual devices we can find. Sir, what is N? N is nothing but number of appliances. How many appliances are there? Next, P, wattage of each appliance. Wattage of appliance, that means device. H, hours, how many hours we are using it. And then D, number of days. Okay, let us find out. First we should find out power consumed by each device we should find, and later we should add total power consumed by the each device, then we are going to get the answer. Okay, let us do it in detail. So I am writing power consumed by tube lights. So what is the formula? NPHD is the formula. So power consumed by tube lights, NPHD. Number of tube lights, 4. Wattage of tube light, 40. And how many hours it is used? They are used for 4 hours. Okay, into 4. For how many days? 30 days they used. Okay na? So let us multiply this. So 4 4 16 16 48 48 into 3, so 24 to 12 144 144. Here 2 zeros are there, we can write 2 zeros. So this is watt hour, but 1 unit is equals to 1 kilowatt hour. We should express this watt hour in kilowatt hour. So to express this in kilowatt hour, we should divide with 1000. So after dividing with 1000, so we are going to get 14.4 kilowatt hour. That means how many units consumed by the tube lights? 14.4 units consumed by tube lights. Right, next. Power consumed by, what is given? Power consumed by fans, 2 fans, 6 hours, 60 wattage. By fans, so again NPHD formula. Okay, 2 fans each of 60, 6 hours, 30 days. Again multiply this. 12 72 72 into 3, 6 21. So 21600 watt hours. Expressing in kilowatt hour, 21.6 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 1, that means 21.6 units. Next, power consumed by heater, NPHD. How many heaters are there? One heater. What is the wattage? 1500. How many hours? 1 hour. How many days? 30 days. So 15 threes are 45. 45,000. 45,000 watt hours. 45 kilowatt hour and 45 units. Next, power consumed by TV. So NPHD again. So one TV set 58 hours 30 days. So 40 120. So 12,000 watt hours. So 12 units directly we can get. Now total we should find out number of units consumed. So total number of units, total units per month. So 14.4, 21.6, 45 and 12. This is correct, eh? So 40, right. So 0, 7, 8, 9, 13, 1. So 6, 9. So how many units total? 93 units. So cost of each unit is what? Cost of each unit is given as 3 rupees. Therefore, bill in that house 9,279 rupees. So this is a way of finding the electricity bill in a house. The formula you should remember. So NPHD. So N stands for number of appliances, V stands for wattage of the device, H stands for how many hours it is used, and D stands for how many days you are calculating. If they asked in the month of February, so how many days will be there? 28 days only. You can take that days or not 30 days. If they asked for in the month of January, so 31 days. Okay na? So like that you can decide the number of dates. If they given directly 30 days or 28 days, you can use. Sometimes they will give in the month of June, July, like that they will give. So in that month how many days will come, for that many days you can take the bill. Okay, so number of appliances, wattage of the device, how many hours it is used, and how many days they are consuming. In the same way, after multiplying that, you are getting answer in watt hours. You convert that watt hours into kilowatt hour by dividing with 1000. So you are going to get in kilowatt hour. Then you can write in unit. Okay, now because the unit cost only we are going to take. Okay, so unit cost is given in the question itself. Whatever the unit cost they will give in the question, that unit cost only you should take. So like that you can find power consumed by each device in the house. Then you can add the total units consumed by all the appliances. Then you are going to get total number of units consumed in that house per 30 days or per given number of days. Then you can multiply this number of units into cost of each unit. Then you are going to get the answer for electricity bill in the house. Okay na? I will send one worksheet. It contains only 4 or 5 problems. So based on this, how to find out the electricity bill in a house. Okay na? If you have any doubts, again you listen to the video, then you will get the clarity. So practice. Okay na? Without practice you won't get. So one time you won't get. If you practice 2 or 3 problems, you will be perfect in that. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.